Generally, I've had nothing but praise for the 21st century Warner Brothers cartoons, specifically the ones that deal with the classic characters. With Rabid Rider, it wasn't necessarily as good as some of the others. I think it was a lot more orange than I would have liked it to have been. It just felt a little bit too washed out and a little bit too bright, as if somebody had turned up the contrast. But there was actually one moment where I genuinely laughed out loud because I didn't see it coming, and I will discuss that in a moment with a slight spoiler warning, just in case you don't know any of the gags. But generally, I thought it was pretty decent. Rabid Rider was released in 2010, directed by Matthew O'Callaghan, and written by Tom Sheppard. This is, of course, a Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon, and as in the classic style, it starts off with Wile E. Coyote trying to capture the Roadrunner. And he increases his attempts and he gets more and more creative with his efforts. And of course, the Roadrunner always seems to get the better of him. And I won't say any more than that for now about any of the specific things that happened, but there was one thing that did make me laugh. Visually, as I said, it just seems like somebody's turned up the contrast. It was a little bit too sharp for my liking. But apart from that, it was, the quality was brilliant, especially there's one moment where we have an extreme close-up of Wile E. Coyote's face, and the detail is just astounding. Visually, apart from the really high contrast, the sharp colours, it is stunning, and the detail is incredible, and it's really nice to see these characters much crisper and clearer, with much more defined features. In terms of being funny, I found it, for the most part, as comedic as most Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cartoons are, as I've mentioned before. I don't ever really dislike them, but unlike, say, Bugs Bunny or Porky Pig cartoons, I've yet to find one where I've genuinely gone, I really enjoyed that, I want to watch it again, that was fabulous. Still the case here, I'm still not enamoured of the characters, but there was one moment. And I'll preface this with a spoiler warning, because it did take me by surprise. So a spoiler from now, the bit that I genuinely laughed out loud at, it just took me by surprise, is when we hear the train, and we hear the train drag, and you think, oh no, he's going to get smushed by a train. And then a van just comes along from behind him and absolutely steamrolls him. I just didn't see it coming, and it was very cleverly done, and the timing was spot on, and it amused me, it made me laugh, and I think that may be the biggest laugh, vocal, out loud laugh that I've ever had at a Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon, so definitely something's gone right there. I enjoyed it. It was nice to see the characters with a little bit more detail and a little bit more definition. The narrative was the usual kind of quality. Definitely laughed out loud more than I ever have done with one of these cartoons. And apart from it being a little bit too orange, generally speaking, Rabid Rider is definitely not bad at all and probably worth watching.